understand Russia primarily as a state or as an empire or that never fully disappeared? What is your opinion about the Russian entity as such, Russia as the Russian Federation as such?
I believe it's a topic for the entire book or many volumes, but I try to get the essence of this problem, and I conclude ultimately that main problem, actually Russian problem, is the way how Russian identity was constructed. And all other problems are just stems from this main problem. Because it was built upon historical myths, upon appropriation of all this legacy, mythical legacy of Rus, of the Southern Empire, which is actually fiction, because this empire which emerged in the early 18th century. The name Russia appeared in the early 18th century. But they created this fiction of continuity between Moscow and Kiev. And this created very strange situation when the very existence of Ukraine undermines Russian imperial identity. So it's a body, it's alien body, independent Ukraine, which should be either assimilated or destroyed. And this mythology, because it became a core of Russian identity, it does not allow to create modern national identity. They still live in this Middle Ages, in this pre-modern, pre-national identity, imperial. So we may conclude that Ukraine is a key to new Europe and to new Russia, possibly. But there should be kind of a shock, because usually people do not want to reconsider, to revise their identity. It's a very painful, very painstaking process. So it should result from some kind of shock. And this shock, of course, can be a kind of defeat in the war. And of course, completely lost any, not just Ukraine, but any chances to take over Ukraine. They should forget about it, just recognize it's impossible. Because as long as they have this illusion, they would still have these convulsions and still new attempts. So it's very serious problem, because you mentioned here about the importance of Ukraine for Russian Empire, for Russia, because of geopolitics, because of military reasons, because of demography, because of natural resources and industry and so on. Yes, but all these factors, they obscure the main problem, identity. That's the core. And I believe that this is what Brzezinski meant when he declared this famous dictum that without with Ukraine, Russia can be empire, without Ukraine, it cannot. Because it loses this. Because without Ukraine, it loses the essence of imperial identity. It's simply collapses. And this actually, I understand why. Why for them this war is existential war. For us, we know, because it's a matter of genocide, matter of extinction of Ukraine. But for them, it's also existential war. Not for Russian nation, because it doesn't exist yet, but for Russian empire, it's existential war.
Thank you so much. I think that's a very important clarification.